Alright, y'all. So, this is, you know, I made an impulse purchasing decision Saturday, and I saw somebody post a bunch of cameras, and then he had even more cameras he wanted to sell, and I bought all the ones he had already had, so he said, you want these too? So, I got about 13 cameras for $100. So, first off, this is a Keystone Regal. It is Keystone camera. It even had this little thing that came with it. I'll probably keep this little tag because I think it's cool. This is going to get donated to the Film Photography Project. Let's see here. Oh, it is loaded with film. Probably, man. So this is, one half of it was shot. This is probably a roll of Kodachrome in here, so, which sucks because it means it's probably unusable. I may remove it, shoot the other half, and I mean, I won't get anything from it most likely, but maybe there's some usable images on here. I didn't even know there was film in this. That will be a project for another day because getting Kodachrome developed is actually pretty fucking expensive, and then you might not get an image. Actually, I may send that up to Canada to the folks over at Film Rescue International and see if they can do it, because they'll charge me like a small fee on the front end, but if they can't get anything from it, they won't charge me the rest of the fee. So there's that. So that's kind of a good discovery. I hadn't opened it. I didn't think there was anything in there, so I hadn't opened it up. So I've got a Brownie Hawkeye. Really wanted this. My current Brownie Hawkeye, I dropped it and I cracked it. So to use it, I have to tape it up. This one has a flash and an unused bulb on here, and it's already attached. So, and I've got a few more bulbs at my current work office. So maybe I'll go and do some. Maybe I'll do some Father's Day pictures with this. That'll be fun. But yeah, I like that because I actually really love Brownie Hawkeyes. This old Polaroid land camera. I don't think this is actually viable to use unless I do some major conversions to it. So all these cameras were shelf queens, which means someone just used them as display pieces, and these all belong to the owner. I bought it from his parents, plus his wife's aunt as well. So this will look cool on the shelf. So whatever, I'll take that. I was actually initially pretty excited about this old Instamatic 134. The only problem is this camera has seen better days. You can't tell, especially on VHS, but this camera is like cracking and pulling apart. Even if I wanted to, because the shutter's fucked up, this camera is basically trash. You've got some flash on here. This looks like blue dot flash, and it looks like they might have all been shot, so even the flash is useless. I'll probably keep it though because it's got Francis Lemon, someone's name on it, so that's kind of like fun. I always like having older cameras because they've had a life before you get them. Wish I could shoot that one, shoot it because not obviously, but most likely Francis Lemons is probably no longer with us, and so it would be cool to get like a couple shots through her old camera. Here's this old Polaroid land camera. This is actually interesting just because I can either buy expired Fuji pull-apart film and put it in this one, or I can go, there's like an Austrian company that does pull-apart film. It's like $80 for 3 sheets of it, so it's pretty expensive, but this might be fun to get some pull-apart film and take it out at Christmas for like family photos. Here's this Kodak's, or not Kodak, Canon Snappy 20 autofocus. Um, there was a lot of corrosion in here. There's still a little bit in there. I'm still working on it. I was just at Walgreens and I meant to get some Q-tips, but I forgot, so I have to go back out and get some. And then once I get the Q-tips and I clean it out, I'll throw some batteries in here. I love Canon cameras, and so having this old super retro one would be a lot of fun. This seems like Canon's answer to those Olympus little tiny point and shoots like the XA1 and those type of cameras. So there's a name badge that's been pulled off here. I feel like that's probably Francis Lemons as well. So hopefully, Francis, I can't get the Instamatic to work, but I'll get this one work and we'll shoot some rolls of film for you. Here's another Kodak, or no, another Polaroid color pack camera, color pack 2. This takes pull apart film as well, but this isn't as good of a camera as this one, so I probably will never shoot this. What's interesting about this is I have 2 of these already, and they're all black, and so this grayish green colorway is pretty cool. So this can be a shelf queen for me too. So this one was actually unfortunate. The battery cover does not work properly, and so there is the camera works and I can take photos with it. So they are, it's going to be a bit of a hassle. Maybe I can tie this with some twine. I think this one is kind of a lost cause, but I do like the idea of having a small point and shoot digital camera for, like, I go to conferences and the university likes you to have proof that you were there, and so you can do like social media posts. And this would give me kind of an immediate photo, but it would be retro. You know what, y'all? Give me 1 second. I left 2 cameras that I've been working on already. They're not really working on, but just messing with. So let me do. All right, guys. So I'm back here. Let me get back. So this is great. So I've got this Pentax IQ Zoom 115 millimeter. Works perfectly. Got a new battery in it, so I will be taking this on a trip. I've got a roll of film in there, old expired roll. I'm just going to shoot through it and develop it just to see, make sure the negatives look right. Favorite from the lot, Minolta SRT 101. So 55 millimeter lens. Don't have any straps with it, which sucks, but even the battery that's in this camera still works. So like the light meter and everything's functioning properly. But just in case I'm running a roll of film through this, and then I'll develop it either today or tomorrow. And then I'll actually this takes a button cell, so I'll buy another one of those. I'll take that on the trip as a spare camera. But I may, depending on how the negatives look, I may actually shoot this as a main camera and bring my Canon Rebel as a backup. It's one thing important to me about a camera is that I like to shoot like low ISO films, or not ISO, and so this cranks all the way down to 6. The only thing bad about this is I don't have exposure compensation, so I do have a few rolls of ISO 1, and I think I still have a roll of ISO 3. I'll have to compensate in the shutter speed, either the shutter speed or the aperture. So depending on how low the shutter speed starts out, I'll probably do that just so I can shoot those films on this camera. So that's, as long as the photos I develop from this turn out pretty good, I'm very excited about this camera. In addition to having a nice little point and shoot, I was planning on bringing like multiple disposable cameras, but again, if the photos from this come out pretty good, I'll just shoot this and I'll bring out one disposable camera just in case all cameras fail. So go from there. Got the Polaroid Cool Cam. This is actually very surprising because this has a frog tongue in it. I feel like someone had this repaired fairly recently. So, or maybe they bought it from Retrospect or somebody, a repairer. So this camera is in perfect working order. And just to show you, this is one I got repaired, Impulse QPS. I do like this camera. I'll never buy a Polaroid Big Shot, but this reminds me of Big Shot. Kind of into Andy Warhol right now, but I do like this old school aesthetic. Plus, this has the option to shoot it without the flash. For those of you guys who don't know, who have these old ones, you got the main trigger, shoots with the flash. Under the main trigger, there's a smaller trigger. Push that in, it shoots it without the flash. So hey, if you didn't know that, now you know. In fact, so we'll do that. I got this Canon T50. I want to keep this, but the battery door is messed up, and so that's a common problem with these old T50s. In fact, when you open the battery door, the pressure plate to hold the batteries in plate is actually missing. So I'll have to replace this entire bottom portion. I've seen a few of those on sale, or I don't know. If I do end up fixing, I'll keep this for a while. If I end up fixing it, I will go ahead and shoot with it. Otherwise, this one will just get donated to FPP. Let's do. So we got that. This is a Keystone Regency. I have a feeling that this actually works perfectly. It's kind of an ugly big camera. Let's see. It's got two ISO settings, 100, 200, or 400, 1000. So that's interesting. Easy two-shot. Yeah. You gotta activate the flash by pulling it out, put it back like that, and then just click it. This is, as long as the auto wind still works, this is probably fine. This is an okay camera. I'll probably end up giving this away to somebody around here who wants to get into photography, but is just using like, what is it, disposable cameras. But this gives you a little bit, so even with this, you can still even, since it has 400 or 1000, or that might be ISO and ASA. This might be old enough where it shows both. So, but you still do have an option of two different film speeds. So that's cool. Yeah, that's everything. I mean, one other thing is like my old Digicam. I filmed myself talking about picking this up yesterday. So I will upload that video first, and I'll upload this one. But yeah. You know, I probably could have used $100 on something way more important, but I got 3 cameras that function perfectly, and I've got, I mean, honestly, let's see, this camera functions perfectly too. So once I kind of dig in here with these other ones, hopefully this one will come back to life for me. That's the flash button to activate that. Yeah, hopefully this will come back to life for me once I get it cleaned out a little bit more. Although, I am seeing, oh man, I am seeing a little bit of damage here. It looks like somebody probably stepped on this or dropped it pretty hard, because this is like bowing out. So I'll have to dip that in there a little bit. That's probably why this ASA changed from 100 to 400 and this one doesn't work. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'll probably need a screwdriver or like a flathead to kind of flip that in there, or break it, either way. And if I do break it, I'll just send this to FPP. Maybe they can cannibalize this for another Kodak or another Canon Snappy. Other than that, like, yeah, dude, yeah, y'all, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this buy. Yeah, and I'm definitely really excited about this. This is as well, plus this. So those are 3 cameras that are probably coming with me on the trip. As long as once I develop the film today or tomorrow, it looks good. plus my Kodak Rebel. One cool thing about this is it is the same thread as my Kodak Rebel lens and my Super 8 camera lens, so I can use the same filters on all of them. So that's it. Thanks for watching if you watched. If you didn't, doesn't matter either. This is a diary for me. Okay, y'all. I'll talk to you later.